Most of you, when you come to pick up a prize, only see the front office. You come in the door, Josie's waiting there for you at the lobby. All those TV screens are all lit up with little promos for all the different stations, and Josie hands you a prize and you're on your way. You probably don't even take time to look over here at our trophy case. We're pretty proud of it. It shows all the great things that we've been involved in over the years, all the different charity events, things like that our staff works on really hard throughout the year to make sure that we're part of the community. But what you don't see is what's behind the door. So let's take a quick look at the radio station today. All right, you don't usually get to go down this way. We're going to start, and that's a very long haul, with the first stop at 1015 The River. Now this is later on this morning. Rick will be in here. This is his control board, what his studio looks like. Used to be an office for a program director or somebody. Every morning he's on television with one of the local news stations. And then it's a little sparse right now, but I'll tell you what, later on this morning, or later on this year, I guess I should say, Rick will have this place decorated just like Christmas. Lights and a huge Christmas tree and all the Christmas decorations all over the place. Some of these photos you see on the wall are from previous iHeartRadio music festivals, which, by the way, is coming up this weekend. You ever listen to WIOT 104.7 classic rock here in Toledo for the last, I don't even know how many years, since before I got to town? Well, this is the studio that Amy is in, and Scott Miller, and of course this morning and every morning, Bob and Tom. Got a little sparse, but you got to remember, when I'm giving you this tour, it's like 4:15 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, something like that. So there's nobody around but me at this point. All right, that's WIOT. That's kind of cool. I always love those things. This, oh man, everything. Seaway, Fox Sports, 1230 WCWA. Mud Hens, Rockets, Walleye, Pistons, and then later on this morning, Anthony Bellino. As you can see, he is not a big Michigan fan, but he is a fan of some other very famous coaches. He's got a nice little collection of bobblehead dolls going up in there. All right. Bellino's on Facebook Live almost every morning. He kind of decorates this his own way. And the rest of the day, of course, it carries Fox Sports. And, of course, all of our local sports. A couple more guitars right there. That's kind of cool. Our engineer's been buying those up on eBay. Cheap, but they look pretty sweet. This is one of our production studios. So you come in here and you make your commercials. Frank is our one of our production guys. You'll see him at a lot of our events. Of course, we have our logo just about every place. Somebody's watching ESPN this morning. We've got a couple of production studios around. Some of these other offices, of course. It's also 94.9 The Beat. Some of our other offices, of course, are for production, promotion, engineers. The engineers keep their doors locked. That's the secret prize closet right there. You'd never know it, but that thing can be full at any moment. It's one of our engineers' offices. Does a lot of hard work in here most of the day. Yeah, okay. An engineer's rack. This brings in satellite feeds from all over, and also a lot of the local sports and stuff comes in through there. This is my office. It's a little bit different because I've pretty much decorated it, and I'm the only one in here most days. So this is where I do my work. Partial collection of my CDs and stuff. And of course, the regrettable superheroes that you will hear on the Comic Chaos podcast on Sundays. All right? And then, of course, all the rest of the time on iHeartRadio, where you can get over 250,000 podcasts. Now, you've heard us talk about the green room. Well, welcome to the green room. Not really green, but a nice place for our guests to sit when they come in to be on the show, either with me or with Rick or whoever else is on the air that morning who has a guest. There's the city of Toledo and an old 1047 logo. Man, that's a nice one. I remember that one. Of course, we do have a kitchen. Who doesn't, right? Coffee machine, blah, 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 blah. And then down the main hallway, back in here is where Shaggy works. Shaggy's also in production. He's got his own little studio. Got another little studio in here for production work. Megan Mick uses this one. Megan is part of the morning show, Mojo in the Morning, on 92.5. All right, another production room. Here's Kiss FM right here, as a matter of fact. Kiss FM 92.5. There's some of the old logos when I used to work there. All right, nice and quiet now. But look at this stuff, man. She's got 4 computer screens in front of her that she's keeping track of. Cameras everywhere. List of some of the stuff she's probably going to do when she does a live Facebook. She's loaded for bear. She's part of the Mojo in the Morning show in here. And then, the big deal. News Radio, 1370 WSPD, everybody. Here's my portion of this studio. As you can see, I have a small control board. Don't need a big one. There's my artwork from our buddy Wade in Atlanta. Thanks, Wade. Don sits over here each morning. He's pretty much running everything. He controls the whole deal. Everything that goes on right here, Don's in charge of all of that. Best day of my life. That's my name right there, made into the landscape of the city of Toledo. So this one's been decorated pretty much the way I want it to be. We'll take a look at WCKY. There we go, Buckeye Country. That's one of our other stations. And the Bobby Bones Show broadcasts from here in the morning. Again, you know, this early in the morning, I'm the first one here. I unlock the doors, make the coffee, do all the little pity things that, well, nobody else wants to do most part. All right, Dan the Rocky. Well, guess whose office this is? That's right. And that's it. That's his whole office right there. Not much to it. Not much at all. And then we locked Jerry away in the smallest space in the building. This is where Jerry answers the phones in the morning. When you call in, you're right there. Jerry answers the calls, puts you up on the computer screen, which I have a mirror of in my studio, and we're off to the races. All right? That's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot more to show. And this is everything you need to know about iHeartRadio in Toledo. The only thing missing, all the great people that you enjoy listening to every day and seeing out at our live events.